Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It is Tuesday, the 29th of October, and what a day. It is a historic day. Nakamoto block 867 has passed, and the Nakamoto update is live on mainnet. We now have fast blocks on stacks settled on Bitcoin. We now have smart contracts with fast transactions on Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. And this is an amazing shout out to Manib and all the core devs, everyone working on the project, everyone building in the space. It's been a long journey. If you've been here following, there's definitely been some delays, but we have finally made it. I'm too excited this morning. I'm so excited. I went full degen. I just got my gray hoodie on, didn't even shave. I know you guys probably can't tell because I'm not all that clean on the regular day anyway. But I'm beside myself. The price action's great. The Nakamoto update is super encouraging, and there's just electricity in the ecosystem. If you're on the Twitter Spaces, in the conversations there, man, it's it's an incredible time. Everyone's upbeat, everyone's live, everyone's feeling good. And why wouldn't we be, right? Why wouldn't we be? GM, my friend LMNO, what's up, buddy? So I can hardly contain myself. I gotta stay focused and get through the news. Again, friendly reminder, this is a news or show. We are providing information only. We are not providing financial advice. Always do your own research and never invest money you can't afford to lose. And you know what? The best way to do that research is also to get involved in the community, chat with your friends, bring friends in and talk about what's going on. Get involved in the projects you're interested in. Don't just look at the numbers. Look at the people, get to know the people building. That's just some friendly advice, not financial advice. With that being said, Bitcoin's way up this morning. The whole market's up. We're feeling so good. Again, good morning, my friends. Say it back to us. We love we love when you chat with us in the comments. Bitcoin is coming in at 71,379. That's up about $3,000 from where we were yesterday, and that's as of probably about 20 minutes ago. So I'm not sure if the price is updated since then in either direction, but it looks like we're doing really well with Bitcoin. Stacks has shot up to $1.89. That's up about 12 cents from where it was yesterday. Still holding on to the number 32 spot on CoinMarketCap. Ranked by overall market cap. Fear and Greed has just ticked up into the 60, which is the lowest level at the greed range. And the top three gainers over the last 24 hours on CoinMarketCap are Sui, Dogecoin, and MOG. Not familiar with MOG that much. Sui and Dogecoin, everyone knows about. Full disclosure, I own no Doge. Good luck to everyone that does. It's an interesting project. It's just not for me. But that's okay. It's just how it's a decentralized ecosystem, right? Also, I have a shout out to Stacks Lab and all the people that Sam's working with over there. Congratulations to them on their just announced a partnership with Hero Systems. Great work over there helping build and create strong developers for our space over at Stacks Lab. Love what they're doing over there and couldn't be prouder of what they're accomplishing and achieving. And now this partnership with Hero Systems is going to bring them forward even to the next level. So super great news on that. Make sure, I skipped right over the calendar. Let me read the calendar real quick before I forget. Calendar for the day. Hong Kong FinTech Week. That's going on all week. Check them out at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Stacks DeFi show. 1:30 to 3:30 is the Welsh 100 day. I don't think that's ongoing anymore. I think it's just still on the calendar. Hero, we're going to have to update the calendar with that. I'm not sure though. I'm not 100% certain, but I understand that ended last Tuesday. And at 3 p.m. today is Art on Stacks with Good Kitty and Nieta, featuring artists, musicians, and people, creators in the space, with an artistic flair, launching projects, launching the Avant collection they did, and the music stuff that she's doing with Blocktune. Good Kitty and Nieta, always a great time. So check them out at 3 p.m. Eastern this afternoon. And moving on, at 9 p.m., just at the top of the hour here, so in 22 minutes, and I know some of us, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Also, just so you know, Europe's actually so we set our clocks back this weekend. Europe set their clocks back this past weekend, so we're actually an hour closer than we were previously. So there's been some miscommunications on time frames. So some of you guys are watching me an hour later than normal today, and that'll rectify over the weekend. But 9 a.m. Eastern time, which may seem to be like 10 a.m. Eastern time for some of you guys in Europe, is the Stacks Nakamoto live town hall on X. It's at 9. And we're actually going to try an experiment. We're going to see if we can actually carry that live feed on DeOrganized with Bitcoin Live and carry the audio and see how that works, so that we can get some extra coverage of that event, make sure that people are getting access to it and can tune in and or watch as they will. And also letting you guys know, we are going to be broadcasting live election coverage next Tuesday, the 5th. We're going to cover the presidential election. Not sure what time we'll be starting, probably sometime around 6 p.m. Eastern, to cover the end results of the polling, or as polls start to close. If you're interested in coming in and chat with us, we'll be hosting guests all night. You can drop in, drop out. We'll be broadcasting for hours. It'll probably be, in segments where we'll shut down, come back on. But we're going to provide long-term live election coverage on election night with DeOrganized Media and Bitcoin Live, our partners at Bitcoin Live. Also happening today, started yesterday, still not sure if it's quite launched functional yet. I've started creating my AI agents on the AI BTC Championship Sprint. It's a really cool project. They're building out just an amazing project where you have basically you build your AI agent team, you assign them, you create teams that they can analyze what's going on Alex, or what's going on Velar, or what's going on Bitflow, analyze the market, and then you can deploy a contract with your AI agents, and they can go and trade on your behalf based on the criteria that you tell it to trade, how you tell it to trade. And this contest is running through Friday. 100 participants each got $100 worth of stacks. At the time it was $58 stacks. And we set up our agents, and soon we'll be able to deploy them into the market, and they will start trading on our behalf. And the contestant that earns the most money trading by the end of the contest on Friday will actually receive $500. And then also the contestant that builds the best open source tools for the project will also win $500. And so that's actually ongoing through the Discord. So you can actually watch online at aibtc.dev and or go check out their Discord channel and join, so you can actually continue using, learn more about how that's going to work and start using your own AI agents for trading if you're into that type of thing. I already said Nakamoto hard fork is completed. It's a new era for Bitcoin. Has begun. We now have smart contracts with fast transactions finalized on Bitcoin. This is amazing. This is just absolutely amazing. I can't get over it. If you can't tell, I'm normally a little bit upbeat, but I'm super excited. I'm maybe seem over caffeinated, but I haven't even finished my coffee. I'm just so excited about what's going on. I can't believe we're finally here. I think it was just such an amazing buildup. It is Tacovation Tuesday. Get over to the Stacks link page, find the Taco Tuesday or the Tacovation nomination form and nominate someone who has inspired you in the Stacks ecosystem for a Talkavation Award. And just so you know, both recipients and nominators do get some credit that'll result in some on-chain reputation with zero authority. So don't be shy. Nominate someone for a Talkavation Award. SIP 28 SBTC signer criteria vote is starting soon. Go to https://stacks.eco. That's stx.eco to cast your vote. It's very important that we get as much participation as possible. We need to reach a threshold of 80 million stacked stacks voting. So make sure you vote your stacked stacks. You can also vote your unstacked stacks, but the stacked stacks carry more weight in the vote. So make sure you're voting with your stacked stacks. And if you have questions about that, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Hero Gamer. Some other people will be happy to Crossfire. We'll be happy to help you out getting through that process. Zero authority bounties. They are accepting SIP10 tokens. They have there's a few on there. I know Rue, Leo, Welsh, not. I'm not sure all the others, but I do know that very soon you'll be able to also offer bounties with fresh dry socks or moist socks. So be on the look out for that. We are super excited about it. And I do have our special Tuesday guest coming on to chat with us today. He is waiting in the background. Our good friend, GPSC, awesome guy in the space. And here he is. Oh, maybe I'm.
Good morning, guys.
How are you today, man?
Super excited for Nakamoto upgrade. Those fast blocks are awesome, ain't it?
It's crazy, man. It's so nuts.
Yeah, I stayed up until about I think it was
freezing up a little bit on me. I don't know if it's you or me.
Can you?
Yes, your video just caught up with you too, so it was just cool. A little bit of lag.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I was just saying that I stayed up until about like 1 last night. Got to experience when the fast blocks went down, and did a transaction where I just sent like a 1 STX from one wallet to another, and before I could refresh my browser, it was already there. So yeah, it was very exciting. Congrats to all the core devs that put all in this months of tireless work to get this to happen. Very exciting.
Yeah, man, it's I'm so energized right now, and just the electricity of getting into the Twitter, into the conversations on X. And I didn't realize how amazing Nakamoto was, but the whole market's up this morning. It has to be due to Nakamoto fast blocks, right? I can't imagine it being any other reason.
It has to be, man. I could only imagine everybody was like, all the whales were just waiting to see the fast blocks, and they were just sitting back. And then as soon as they saw the Nakamoto upgrade get implemented with those fast blocks, they jumped in, got some exposure. Yeah, the premier Bitcoin L2. We've got decentralization, we've got security, and we've got the fast blocks now. What's not to love?
It's crazy. We do have some friends saying hi. Good morning, LMNO. Good morning, Haddy. Blank Page, Hero Gamer. What's up? Trippin' Monkey. Good morning. What's up, Shiflet? Honey Badger. What's happening, man? LMNO says it's lagging. I'm not sure what's lagging. I don't know if it's me or you or that might have been. I hope it's not. You're clear. I don't get any lag, so I don't know if it's happening on their end. But thanks for letting us know. And good morning, Jamie. I hope you guys are getting a good feed. It looks really good on my end, so I hope it could just sometimes it's actually could be on his end too. But man, it's just what a great time. So actually, the town hall's at 9, And I'm actually going to try, just decided to do this morning. I'm going to try to live stream on here the town hall. So I'm going to join in the space and then just stream that, see if I can stream that channel live with the audio and see how that works. If you want to hang out, we can do that. If you don't have time, I can appreciate that. I didn't ask you.
No, I'll kick it. Yeah, I'll jump in the town hall and you know, we can see what the format looks like. You know, I think it's cool testing out new formats. You know, it's worth a try. So jumping in here and see when everybody goes over. I know everybody's going to be elated in the chat. And so, yeah, jumping into the town hall, that's no problem with me.
Cool. I think what we'll try to do is maybe we'll just even continue the stream. And I'll just jump in on my space and I'll share my screen and see how that goes. And we can chat about the conversation as it's coming. And if there's people out there that want to join us, let me know and I'll share the link.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like fun, man.
We got Haddy in the house. What's up, buddy?
Good morning, Haddy.
Hey. Sorry, I just jumped. I was meant to, you said in the background that you're going to cover the town hall. So
Yeah, definitely. Whoever wants to come in and chat. I mean, we got room for I think we can carry like 10 people. I'm not sure what our max live is, but we can test that out today too. But as soon as the town hall goes live, so 12 minutes, I'll jump into the space and I'll share my screen. So we should all be able to hear it through there. Obviously, you guys want to jump into that space as well. We're not trying to overbook it. But it's more of an experimentation. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to go. So we're groundbreaking here. Just again, thanks Trip for letting us know the feed looks good. How are you this morning, Haddy?
I am very good today. I'm super excited. There's been a lot of activity. And the blocks are moving quickly. So I see a lot of positivity out there. I'm looking good for it. I'm looking forward to what comes out in the town hall. I wonder if there's some more Easter eggs that are waiting for us.
Well, so we were, I think it was a Honey Badger space had a space. I missed. I have to apologize to everybody. I missed my Whatever Monday space last night working on stuff, and by the time I realized it, I was kind of like, I don't know if it's a good time to go or what. But there was a space going on with Honey Badger and Landy was in there. And so we were chatting about one of the kind of topics that came up was whether today would be a sell the news event, which obviously it's not a sell the news event. I don't know that this is like a rocket ship event. I do think that it will actually happen over the next it'll happen over the next few weeks as we have all of these projects that are about to launch new features that they've been waiting for and tweaking and tooling and getting ready. So now we have all of this stuff over the next couple weeks that's going to be launching into the ecosystem and all of the chatter and the socials about all of these things. So I think the next few months is going to be just absolutely great for the stack space personally. Anyone selling today is probably going to kick themselves in a couple of months, in my opinion. Not financial advice. I am just a pep economist. So GPSC, before I forget to ask, because I have one thing on my mind right now, or just a reminder to everybody, Monday, the Tremp Mint's going live. There's still some waitlist opportunities out there, I believe. Are you guys wrapped that up? Or when's the last chance to get a waitlist opportunity?
So we've got some other opportunities coming out, waiting for a couple different communities to do their post and get those opportunities out there. We've partnered with the Honey Badgers from Bitcoin, also partnered with the Honey Badgers from Stacks, BNS. There's a few different communities we're waiting for them to do their giveaway. So I think that we're trying to wrap it up around the 30th, but it looks like it might be like closer to the 31st before we have the whitelist completely assembled. Yeah, looking forward to Monday. and launching this collection, I've been just adding and going through, doing little minute changes, and look like just adding to the collection as we move the mint date. It gave me a little bit more time to keep adding new traits and keep tweaking it. So it's been really fun to put this together, and yeah, really excited for Monday, man. I've got a lot of things lined up, to work on. So it's been awesome to get to work with the Trimp guys, and they have a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, definitely, and they're that the token's doing well too. So if you're interested in getting on a whitelist and you've been under a rock and sleeping the last couple of weeks and you haven't gotten one, or you want more, be on the lookout, because you only got a couple days left to get on that whitelist for the Trimp NFT mint. Crypt Titty, what's up, buddy? He says, are you guys feeling the Nakamoto upgrade? And all I can think about is 300's Nakamoto Flow song, which if you guys haven't heard that, go check it out. It's on Gamma. The video with Styled Pigeon is also it's such a cool, it's a pigeon riding a skateboard through the city, and the song is really cool. Very, very soulful side of 300. If you haven't heard it, go check out the Nakamoto Flow by 300. I don't know if it's actually the full release yet. I think there might actually be a longer version that hasn't been fully released. But that's what I'm feeling today. I'm feeling the Nakamoto Flow. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, me too, man. It feels different. Today is like a new fresh day, a new start. Slow blocks, they're gone. It's just like my mind, it's stuck on the same. It's hard to get past it, man, because we've had slow blocks for so long, and I know the devs were working very hard to get this upgrade implemented. So it's very cool to go in and then not have to wait 20 minutes for a transaction to clear. I know the devs must be super excited that it's working correctly.
Yeah, well, I think they were we didn't get to this point without them being pretty sure. I think that's why it took so long, because they wanted to make sure they had it right, which is the right way to do it. I know there was a lot of frustration with, I can absolutely appreciate where, especially the big projects that were targeting added features back in April, and they've been sitting on these features that they're trying to get out there. And, I get it. I get the frustration there, but overall, our entire ecosystem is going to benefit from not having jumped too soon. Kind of actually avoided the little mini beer that happened after the halving, that didn't take steal the thunder, and now we launched this right into the bull market. I mean, if Bitcoin cracks 72, 73, it's on the run. That's where it's, I mean, again, not financial advice, just what I'm hearing from people that know better than me. But if Bitcoin crack, we could really legitimately, Nakamoto might have lined up with the start of the bull run, like the real start of the. It's
how
crazy.
How epic of timing. It's like the devs knew something that we didn't, right? They're very smart individuals. I know it may have well just been very good timing, or did they know something? I don't know. We've got some smart devs in this ecosystem, some giga brains and some giga chads that are building cool stuff. So yeah, really look forward to seeing everything ship it. We've got the Runes coming out on Friday. Super excited for that. November 1st. We've got different everybody that's got whitelisted to that. I'm actually working on a free mint for I've always wanted to do a free mint on Stacks. So the brews are going to get to have a free mint. What better community to do it with than the brews?
Wait, what's a free mint for what?
So I'm doing my first free mint on Stacks, and we're going to use the whitelist that Ian and Jack assembled to whitelist. Those are going to be the addresses that are going to be able to free mint this collection that I'm going to go launch.
Is it a Gigaverse collection?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
it's like a mash between GPSE and Rue. So it's where the two worlds meet, and that's kind of like the concept for the collection. We're doing like these cool looking arcade cabinets, and we're gonna have like different characters within the cabinets, different details, stuff like that, traits with rarities, all that. And yeah, I've just really wanted to do a free mint, and Jack was like, let's try to figure something out. Like, what can we do to work, make it more worth people's while? I mean, they're already launching the biggest runes launch this network has seen so far. Like, what else could we add to it? And I was like, I mean, let's do a free mint. Let's do something for everybody that gets whitelisted. Just so we're getting rewarded on L1 and getting rewarded on L2.
That's awesome, man. I love it. I think it's a great opportunity. It'll get some more exposure for the Gigaverse, which is needed because what you're creating over there is super cool. And I've been waiting for more iterations out of there, and I know you've just been helping everybody else and cooking all over the place, so you haven't really had time to build that out yet, and I'm waiting because I've been a big fan since before the V2s came out, so I love it. I'm super excited to hear that, man. I can't wait. And I'm on the wait list, so I'll get some of those free mints too.
Yeah, dude, it's one of those things. Like right now, I'm just kind of going around and talking to different communities, making the connections that I need, and just laying those foundations. Because community is everything. If you have something like an NFT community and you're not going and talking to different founders and stuff, I mean, like it could be quite hard for you to get your name out there. So really, I'd look at it as just working with every other community is a good opportunity to get the name out there and help others. So look forward to it swinging back around to the GPSE side of things.
Bro, I got to say this. I am so proud of you. I really am. You're just killing it and killing it and killing it. And there's adversity along the way. There is. And everyone knows it. And you just you take it in stride and you keep pushing. And that is a huge testament to your character, man. I love you so much, and I'm so happy for you. I really do. I think you're such a huge value add to this space. And if it's possible, you might be a little underappreciated to some degree. And man, just keep killing it. I love it, man. Love it.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's been a journey, man. I started with just small collections, and then just kept getting more intermingled with the community. And the more that I got connected with the people within this community, it really made me want to dive all the way in and get to know everyone that was working in the same space. So it's awesome. All the support from you guys has helped me tremendously. It really has helped me find my confidence as a person to get on things like DeOrganized and different spaces and speak my truth. My truth is keep love in the room. So if I can help somebody and help them see what I see in Stacks, then I think I'm doing the right thing. And I couldn't be more thankful, man. You were one of my first supporters. Jack too. The doc. All these names need to be mentioned whenever you speak to GPSE, because you guys definitely helped me continue going forward whenever I first got started.
Awesome, man. I really I think you're doing it right, So just keep chipping away, man, and you just keep breaking more and more rocks. You're on to boulders now. Pretty soon you'll be cracking mountains. So man, just keep it up. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path. Nakamoto Town Hall has started, so I'm going to actually see about getting that going and how that sharing the screen is going to work.
Oh, when you started off, so I must also jump in and say that thank you very much. You've always helped. You're always one DM away, and that's the beauty of it. Is you're always willing to help everyone pick up and do something. You're always supporting everyone in the spaces as well. Always coming up and giving love. So thank you for that.
I don't know if there's any sound on the AMA yet. I don't hear anything.
There's no sound happening at the moment on the AMA.
Okay.
It's Pete. You dropped off.
Who did?
GPSC. Did he drop off?
Yeah, he did. Hold on.
Oh, there we go. Okay, back again. Awesome.
What's up, guys? I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was like you joined the town hall and then like I got booted. I appreciate you, Haddy. Thank you very much, man. You know, it means a lot. It means a lot. All the support, it matters. You know, I'm very thankful to be accepted in this space, and yeah, and I just have to keep it pushing.
We all got to do that, but now with fast blocks, it's going to become even easier.
That's right.
I think this is the calm before the storm.
Yeah, I suspect all of us are going to get really, really busy. All right, let me see if I can find the town hall.
So yeah, there's nothing happening at the town hall at the moment. There's no sound.
Nothing happening yet.
There's lots of hearts and emojis, but nothing actually happening.
Any of my friends that want to come on, any of our friends want to come on, DM me, and I'll drop you the link so you can come chat with us live during the town hall if you'd like.
So who is hosting the town hall? What account?
The Stacks. The Stacks.btc account. Right now it's Kyle. Kyle Ellicott's co-host and Stacks.btc is the host. And there's no audio yet.
No,
it's nothing.
It must have just started.
Pretty good turnout so far.
Yeah, it looks like they have Munib up there on stage. I see Munib up there.
He was up there. He was up there when I first logged in, but I don't show him as a speaker anymore.
He's still a listener at the moment.
Okay,
the house is filling up very quickly. The Bitfly's in there, Leather's joined, Stacks Labs is there, Vision. Ten other listeners. Gotta love it when you get those ones at the bottom. You don't know who they are.
Yeah, Lady calls it the Duke Trap.
It's the rootstock guys. I noticed. So when I first went to go find the feed, rootstock had just posted like 6 posts right at 9 o'clock. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's coincidence or not.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely a little interesting.
It looks like I have some audio on my side. I just joined their spaces. And they're talking about Munib.
You have sound?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I don't have any sound at the moment.
I know that spaces are a little bit finicky. They can maybe take a lap on the DeOrg account or Peace. Are you using your?
Hey, mine's working now. You're gonna have to go back in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's not too bad that we have to document this process.
Well, I mean, it's just being raw and you know, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, trying a new format live. I think it's cool.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, we can hear it now.
My phone was like buzzing, like messages of congratulations.
Cool.
Like Honestly, the notifications are going off the charts. Twitter, when I logged in, was already going crazy. Of course, like I congratulated people. I was joking in different core dev channels. I was typing in all caps. I was like, today I'm going to write in all caps because I'm too excited. This is great. We have a lot of people here. I don't know, Kyle. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, so many things. I mean, you're traveling right now in Europe. I'm lucky enough to be in Asia, and I can tell you, seeing the activation go live in Asia, hearing from those on the ground, both teams, developers, even some of the large institutions and our partners as well. The excitement just rippled through. But Maniv, you have been a part of this journey since its beginning, but really the last 18 months, there has been a ton of effort that has gone into this. Now that this is here, how does it feel to see what was just something imagined, just an idea of 5-second block plans, all of a sudden being a reality where transactions now are happening in the seconds? How does that feel to see that come to life?
I think it feels amazing, right? It feels amazing in the sense that if you're like a user of Stacks, if you're a part of the community, you're used to sort of like the slow Bitcoin block, right? And then you go there and it feels magical. Like, oh my god! Not only is going through, I think it's also the finality, which is the big thing. I think when a lot of people realized recently when we had this almost like Bitcoin L2 movement started like a year ago or something, when people realized the importance of Bitcoin capital, like it's $1 trillion of capital sitting there, we can use it. But I don't think people think about the Bitcoin hash power, right? Like now, when you do transactions on Stacks, you get the fast confirmation. There's close to like $1 billion locked up, somewhat lower, but let's round it up to $1 billion, and that is securing your transactions. But as soon as the Bitcoin block comes, imagine the Bitcoin hash power. If you look at the chart of the Bitcoin hash power over the last like 10, 15 years, it's insane. Nothing grows like that. It's like and people are now realizing, for example, I was in Abu Dhabi recently, and I discovered how the owner there is using Bitcoin mining as a way to sort of like stabilize their that one of the largest
You sound super low. Peace.
I'm just reading through the comments here too. I'm gonna send a DM to Reese, see what's going on with him. Yeah, I can't hear them speaking right now.
Yeah, I can't hear them either.
Because this was official. You can go back and read the post on Bitcoin Talk. The thing that Satoshi was concerned about was that if
You guys hear me?
a lot of chains in the hash
Yep.
power or
No?
Can hear you.
divided out, it's much easier to
All right.
attack like 20 small networks than to attack one large consolidated giant like Bitcoin.
I don't know if Peace can hear us.
I can hear you. Can you guys hear the Can you guys hear the AMA on the feed?
Yeah, it's just really soft.
Yeah, it's kind of low.
The long-term trends. And Bitcoin, there's a consolidation that happens in Bitcoin, which is actually really good for Bitcoin security. So the base case of Bitcoin as money actually becomes more solidified when things like stacks happen. And this is going to be good for Bitcoin. And in some ways, like some people, of course, they're joking, but they're traders and fund managers. They were like, "Oh, you guys were just like waiting for Bitcoin all-time high to launch. You guys are sneaky." I'm like, "No, we didn't do that on purpose." But of course, it's not a bad timing if Bitcoin is about to sort of like come back to its all-time highs and interest is actually going up. I think in some ways, like, the timing is great. Like when the attention comes back to Bitcoin, I think we're going to be ready. Nakamoto is live. Also, one thing I want to highlight to people, I did not realize how many launches and new exciting things were just waiting on Nakamoto. Right? There's so many startups I know who want to go ahead and launch their stuff. There's so many partners out there who want to go in and do their thing, and we were all kind of like this like waiting mode. And now that's behind us. As of last night, that's behind us. And this is the time that this ecosystem is really going to start picking up momentum, and there's going to be excitement, and like it's going to be an unstoppable force from there.
I couldn't agree more. And Manib, you and I could go on for hours talking about this, but I want to bring a few more people to the stage. It was an emotional launch. And again, it was a very exciting. A lot of time and effort has gone into this. So Manib, thank you. And next up, I want to welcome someone you may not get a chance to hear from very often, community that puts a lot of effort in behind the scenes. The one and only Sarala from Hero. Sarala, welcome up to the stage. This is a exciting moment for you and so many on the development side. Before I even get to my question, on Stacks, what are you feeling? What is the emotional response of 18 months of effort now?
I'm feeling all the feelings really. When we first got Moto Block rolling, it's all these 18 months of behind the scenes work kind of materializing live on mainnet. It's indescribable. A lot of happy tears were involved and a huge sense of pride for the team who have been really working and chipping away behind the scenes all this time, late nights.
Welcome, Reese.
Sweat, blood, and tears, if I may say so.
What's up, buddy?
Even now talking about it, I'm choking up. It is just so much joy to see this live on mainnet.
Kyle and Sarah, can I tell one war story just to give context to people?
Yeah.
So the war story I'm gonna mention is that it was so remember the Nakamoto paper came out like not the last December but the December before it. Right? That's when the paper came out. So last December, because we were like, hey, let's try to push hard and try to get at least some of this, if not everything, live by Bitcoin halving. And Bitcoin halving was like going to be in April or so. So last December, the core devs, they're in different entities, right? They're different entities. It's not like a single team, so many open source devs. They all decided to not take the December holidays. Last December, everyone's like, oh, we're so close, so let's not take the holidays. We're going to put in everything we've got and try to launch. Little did they know that the work is going to go all the way nights and weekends into October and end of October. That is insane. These people, they first of all deserve a break. They need to sleep. They need to rest. But kudos to them for the insane. It was truly an insane amount of work, and it's like God level mode of building.
Yeah, such a great reminder. It's truly a labor of love.
Second that. Shout out to the devs.
October.
Yeah, dude. I didn't realize it took 18 months
for Nakamoto when we spun up the first testnet. Little did we know that would take our road to 5-6 other testnets, Nakamoto testnet, primary testnet, all the infra that we had to spin up, all the trials and experimentation that went behind, and a lot of pivoting in terms of how we wanted to approach this problem from various angles. it has been quite a bit of journey.
Sarala, what's next? Now that you and the team have brought this to life, what are you going to do next? You going to Disneyland? You're going to take a nap? You're going to take a little bit of break? What's next, and what's got you and the developers excited?
Yeah, we are very excited right now to see
Does it sound like it's underwater to anybody else?
have a huge performance
There it
optimization
is.
roadmap
You guys
ahead if you want to play with.
No,
So stay tuned
my
with
sounds
it,
good.
and watch these
Yeah, it's better on my end too now.
applications hit mainnet. The job isn't completely done, but yes, we will definitely meet in person though. We haven't seen each other in person for a very long time, so the plan is to definitely hug each other out and probably pop open a bubbly in person as well, and just plan for the next future roadmap for Stacks.
It'll be good for morale as well
There's
after all
also
the
really work going on behind the scenes.
Say that again.
The roadmap for Stacks.
just
Obviously,
saying
as
it will be good for morale as well after all this hard work for them all to like
there's
meet and greet
also
each other again.
that is on the roadmap next that the team
Yeah, I
is
know they
working.
must feel very
Right,
accomplished.
focus and eyes have been on Nakamoto. There's this really small team chipping away and working behind the scenes on getting WASM ready, and we are feeling really good. You should have a testnet preview on that very soon as well. This will be a limited preview, but again, a lot of effort team that could have helped with WASM has been focused on Nakamoto, so we will be redistributing. So I'm really looking forward to that. That will definitely take the throughput and performance for Stacks to the next level. I expect that sometime next year to go live on mainnet.
Incredible. Sarala, even though this is digital, this is a big round of applause to you, to all of those developers out there on the technical side. We'll get to the rest of you founders, teams, and everyone else, but a shout out and a round of applause. Sarala, and also a little, sorry, I thought that was going to be more exciting than just a video, but nonetheless, I want to give you guys something to give a big round of applause for the tireless efforts that you and the team have put in. Next up, Kenny Rogers. Mr. Kenny Rogers of the Stacks Foundation. I want to bring you up. Give us a rundown on everything that is now Stacks Chain. How it works, what it means, what it was yesterday, and what is today going forward. Thank you, Sarala.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. So when you and Manib were talking, there were there's two big changes that are apparent on the Stacks chain now. One of them is the big one that everybody's going to notice immediately, and that's the fast blocks. And then the second one that's a little bit more behind the scenes, but arguably just as important, is that Bitcoin finality. And so all of that work that the core devs have put in was really around making sure, how are we going to build this system and build it
What's up, Diggs?
securely and make sure that it actually works the way that we've all been talking about it working. And so there's several ways that the Stacks chain works differently now. So I'm going to give the speed run of what's actually happening under the hood now that Nakamoto's live. And we'll start with the miner. So the mining process, as far as how a miner is selected to become a miner, remains largely the same. They'll spend Bitcoin and send them to these reward addresses that are generated by the proof of transfer system itself. And then they'll be put into this weighted verifiable random function. And whereas before, when a miner was selected, they would be selected to mine a single Stacks block. What happens now is that miner is selected for a tenure. And whereas before a single Stacks block was in lockstep with the Bitcoin block, now a miner's tenure is aligned with the Bitcoin block. So a miner is selected for a tenure, and all of those Stacks blocks that you see coming in rapid fire now, those are all happening within a miner's tenure. And what happens is when a miner submits their block commit transaction, so this is the transaction that they're submitting on the Bitcoin side for the chance to become the next Stacks miner. As part of that block commit transaction, what they're submitting is a consensus hash of the previous miner's first mine blocked. And so let's say that we've got miner Alice, miner Bob, and miner Charlie. And we're going to go from the perspective of miner Bob right now. He's in the middle of those two. When he submits his block commit transaction to be chosen to be the next miner, part of what he's submitting, and again, make sure it's important to know this is happening on the Bitcoin side of things. When he submits that block commit transaction, part of what he's submitting is a hash that contains all of the previous Bitcoin state up to Alice's block and the first transaction that Alice mined as a Stacks miner. So he's going to submit that as his block commit transaction to be selected as the next miner. Once he's selected as the next miner, then he immediately starts creating and proposing Stacks blocks. He's not appending them to the chain yet. Miner Bob's just creating them and proposing them. And he's going to do that at this rapid fire cadence that we're seeing right now. And then what's going to happen is now Nakamoto's introduced a new party to the system called signers. And it's now the signer's job to take those Stacks blocks that Bob's proposing, validate them, and then they append them to the chain. And so that's how we're able to have these really fast blocks, is that instead of the Stacks blocks being coupled with the timing of the Bitcoin blocks, the miner tenure is instead coupled with the timing of the Bitcoin blocks. They're proposing new blocks. Signers, a separate party, are then validating them and appending them. And so we've got this cooperative relationship between miners and signers where they have roles in the system that complement each other, but they're economically incentivized to perform those roles, and it basically serves as a check. So the miners, they'll only get their mining rewards if they faithfully propose valid blocks, and then the stackers, they'll only get their rewards if they are actually validating these blocks and appending them to the chain correctly. And then so what about that Bitcoin finality? That's how we get the fast blocks, but what about that Bitcoin finality? So remember that that miner Bob has to commit a hash that contains Bitcoin state up until miner Alice's block, and also the first block that she mined. And so what happens at the end of a miner's tenure is they will create a tenure change transaction on the stack side of things. They'll then submit this, and the stackers will pick up on that, and they'll say, okay, time to change tenures, and they are actually the ones that are going to check that tenure change transaction, make sure that it's valid, and then they'll submit that tenure change transaction, and that's what's going to then switch over to miner Charlie in this case. But part of what's going to be contained in that tenure change transaction is the last block that miner Bob mined. And so it's the stacker's job to now make sure that miner Charlie only mines atop that last mine block. And if he doesn't, his blocks are considered invalid. So it keeps that chain linear. And one of the big differences that allows this Bitcoin finality is that the Stacks chain can no longer fork on its own. And so miner Charlie has to build atop that last mined block And remember, when miner Charlie submits his block commit transaction, now he has to submit a consensus hash of all of the Bitcoin state up till miner Bob's tenure and miner Bob's first mine block. And so now, because we have this chain of, on the Bitcoin side of things, when these miners submit their block commit transactions, they're recording the history of not only the Bitcoin state, but also then the Stacks blocks. There's a trail of hashes that connect there. That, coupled with the fact that Stacks can no longer fork, means that what happens is, as soon as miner Charlie begins his tenure and miner Alice's tenure and before, will now be as hard, at least as hard to reverse as by transaction, because you would actually have to go in and reorg the Bitcoin. And so, brief speed run through how all the components work to achieve both the fast block
Seem to have lost the sound again.
I'm gonna have to take a lap. Yeah.
The only thing I want.
We definitely need a diagram.
Is that on their end?
Is far too complicated.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Several optimizations on the tenure
There you go.
change that
There we go.
described, right? So miners can actually extend their tenure and actually get more compute power. They can compute. But there was a particular basics. That's the big, most common normal upgrade, 2 weeks, whatever. So we expect a lot of this stuff to happen between now and SPDC. My mental model is, the bulk of everything is now we're rushing towards SPDC 1, and every week income build up, new things happening, and then some network optimization, some of the
That's actually very well thought through that it's done in stages, because it does build a bit of hype. Yeah, the sound's dropped off again. Peace.
Yeah, and the 100 is frozen, so guessing it's over there.
I know you've got some news to tease us with some upcoming developments. Again, a quick reaction on the excitement of Nakamoto, and then drop us some upcoming announcements that you can tease out.
All right. Maybe I should also introduce myself, since it's the first time I'm on this space, right?
That's right. Welcome to the Crypto Internet Show, to the Nakamoto Town Hall. We're honored to have you, Adriano. Please introduce yourself to the Stacks.
Thank you. I am super excited. Of course. I recently joined the ecosystem, and what I'm gonna do is essentially.
Do you want me to stop streaming it? Can you hear it?
Hear me, right?
PPSC?
Yeah, I can still hear.
Yeah, do you want me to run it? You're rugging a bit. Maybe I'll drop out of the studio.
Hear me?
Can't hear you. Was I just losing you, Haddy?
And so then we're going to be able to deliver updates and innovate on stacks faster, and hopefully bring a lot of excitement to the ecosystem. So what's cooking at the moment? Well, we have a lot of things. First and the most important is probably SBTC. So now that Nakamoto is out there, and that we can see those exciting fast blocks and Bitcoin finality, what we want to do as soon as possible is to empower people to bridge from Bitcoin and to put those SBTC at work, right? So we want users to be able to leverage DeFi. We want DeFi on stacks to thrive, and the key to achieve that is SBTC. So that's priority number one. We hope, so this is the tease, right?
I think I'm just taxing my bandwidth here.
That you're going to be able to play with at the end of the year.
Can hear you.
In addition to that, we have a few more things that are cooking. So Sarala mentioned WASM, so we are trying to add there as well, and the idea is to go live with a testnet as soon as possible. And then we have things that are a little bit more, ahead on the horizon. So we want to be able to iterate on the core. So we want to, make it easier and more approachable for new
I'm
developers
super
to
laggy.
join us. And
just so you guys know, I might drop off and jump back in again. See if I can.
There's some that we want to fix. There's a lot of documentation that is missing. Essentially, we
want him a DM. Just telling him that he's fine on our end.
Well, that's actually a lot better. now. I think I was picking up audio off of Haddy. I was getting double. Yeah, were you guys? Oh, I'm down again. No.
Sounds okay on our end. You sound okay. No lag. Yeah, it might just be, taxing your machine right now. Trying to be in the space and run DeOrganized.
Yeah, it could even be something to do with. Hold on. Let me actually. Wait. Haddy, I muted you for a second.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I think we're good though. You got. I think it settled itself out. Whatever was going on.
So I can tell you that up until last night,
You just need it a little bit louder.
The feed?
Yeah, the feed.
Yeah. Nakamoto Town Hall.
Is that better?
A little bit, yep.
It's stuck again. I just think it's a lot of bandwidth for it to deal with, but makes sense. I mean, it's obviously, like you said, it's a lot taxing on the machines.
Yeah, trying to run like a Spaces and be on video with audio all at one time.
Yeah.
Probably a lot.
This is our focus.
Peace,
Should be better now.
We are here.
Do you want to drop me the link for the invite, and then I'll come in outside of the studio? Perhaps it's because both of us are sitting in the studio.
Or I think that's gonna go.
I think it's actually I think it's memory on my computer, to be honest. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
But we had the same problem yesterday.
So, like hold on, let me actually.
We're so quickly ramping up and bringing all these great people to our ecosystem. SPDC is obviously next focus, but I think you guys are doing an amazing job.
I think I'm sharing the wrong.
I think maybe you should say something.
Got a little bit of screenception going on.
With Alpha Lab, Organo, but also the Stack.
I picked the wrong feed to share. There we go.
Thank you very much, Vinny. Yeah, happy to share more for those who may not be
Solid.
aware. In the middle of September 12th, had the pleasure to announce the launch of the Stacks Asia Foundation, which will be focusing on providing education and community development across all that is happening in Stacks and Bitcoin around Greater Asia and also the UAE as well. And so you're going to see a lot more exciting things to come from, not just having to hear my voice or see my face more as well, but we'll also be hiring regional leads, activating new chapters throughout various cities and regions throughout Asia, also getting ready to work and support many of the teams that are on the ground, and about to start announcing some very exciting partners within Asia that are going to be joining the Stacks ecosystem as well, that we've had the pleasure to be in partnership in some capacity or know for some time, and now bringing them into the ecosystem as well. And to Minnie's point,
Who?
Your new executive.
Tell us who
of that foundation. So
Who is it?
more and hear me what's happening throughout Asia and also the UAE. So happy to be here and very happy to watch this ecosystem grow in this entire new region that is a major focus for the greater industry as well. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Minnie. Wonderful tea.
Now I lost audio again.
Here we go.
I'm gonna
forward. And it was in that working group we set the foundation for Bitcoin has layers. Bitcoin will grow, Bitcoin will scale, and Bitcoin will essentially unlock the iceberg of what and I'm just so proud of all the work that we all have been collectively doing to scale Bitcoin, create Bitcoin CP2, and cement the category for the entire Web3 ecosystem of Bitcoin is here to stay, and Bitcoin will be the only asset that people think about. And with that being said, we all knew that Bitcoin always needed an L2, and this is where all of our contributions came for Stacks. Last night was really special, just being with all of our core devs and watching the first transactions come through. From the Leather perspective, we've always wanted to see fast blocks, and we've always wanted to be here day one for our Stacks community. In terms of the exciting updates on the Leather side, because of fast blocks, you will see so many community campaigns going live from today onwards, because we want everyone to know that the Stacks community is the best community that all of Web3 can see. On the TM side, this is what makes me just super thrilled, is that we started our company to build products for Bitcoin, and we always knew that products needed an L2 to scale. And with the upgrade yesterday, it meant that we can finally take a lot of our products to market and actually show utility for what the Bitcoin economy needs to be. And so I believe you'll hear from some of my teammates on what we are doing with the BNS side, Bitcoin DeFi, and all of the things. But all that matters is that we are showing that Bitcoin can be productive. And then the last thing I do want to share is that I want to give a shout out to the working groups that I get to contribute to the BD.
Do you guys lose her?
Working groups.
Yeah, it sounds like
we
there she is.
From the BD working group, we are the only network that has a diverse set of open signers signing for our network and really scaling Bitcoin in the way that Satoshi wanted to see. What comes next from the BD working group? You will see bridging partners, stable coins, and a whole host of different community partners that we always want for staff.
Here we go. The wave has started.
here. Chef Rena, that is. What are you most excited about? You've been in so many working groups, as you noted. You get a chance to hear what is moving throughout the ecosystem with Leather and some of the projects that you're working on at TM. I mean, this all coming together. What are you excited about going forward now that we are in the new day of?
I think I'm most excited about the category of Bitcoin DeFi and what us at TM and all the other folks on this call have been building towards. We always felt that Bitcoin could be a productive asset, and by having faster blocks and 100% finality, it means that Bitcoin DeFi is possible. And so what we're building in particular for Granite to be a place where anybody should be able to take out a loan.
Plugging Granite.
Bitcoin on the Stacks L2, flawless.
Thank you, Chef. I love it, Rena. I appreciate the time today. Next up, Andre. You are probably one of the most requested people to talk on this stage today in the town hall. You hold some keys to what is upcoming with SBTC, and I believe you are back on stage. You almost rug pulled us on that exciting update right there. Are you back with us, Andre?
Hey, Kyle. Yeah, I'm here. Having some technical difficulties over here. How's it going, everybody?
It's going great. Nakamoto is just so exciting. There's so much, so many community members here. We crashed.
Yeah, I know those devs really put in a lot of work. I know they must be elated right now.
What's happening and what you're
Oh yeah, they must. They probably didn't sleep.
Sure thing. Well, yeah. First off, good morning, everyone. It's been a really exciting past 24 hours. Huge shout out to everyone that's been involved in this, all the core devs, all the late nights. It's really been awesome to see this all come together here. And I think that it is important to remember that this is really the beginning. It's not the end of the process, but we are just getting started. There's so much that we have on our roadmap upcoming that's going to unlock just a ton of activity across the Bitcoin ecosystem for DeFi and payments and other use cases, really wanting to make Bitcoin productive, believing that Bitcoin is more than just digital gold that's, sitting in a cold wallet, but it's actually going to be this foundation of the digital economy, and we can build productive use cases around it. So as we transition from Nakamoto to SBDC, really excited about what this is going to enable. I think it's also important to talk about the ways that Nakamoto specifically enables SBDC, because both the security and finality guarantees that are required to really maintain the SBDC operations ensure that the peg is always, back one-to-one and materializing on Bitcoin and under a huge part of it. And honestly, this is just critically a good user experience.
I think that's me.
Talking to many apps that require the
I think I'm frozen. Are you guys
so excited about how this is coming together?
Yeah,
And then the last thing that I want to mention here is that the SBDC actually goes live. Voting goes live tomorrow.
Let's see. What do I do?
Looks like Peace is getting rid of.
I get emotional for a moment here. You
Trevor's
and
on
I
stage.
have been a part of this ecosystem together for more than 3 years. We had the chance together with Bitcoin Frontier Fund and the outstanding team around that to see a lot of the early projects, the early trials and errors, the early development dating all the way back to 2001. You even further than that, having the chance to support them from capital to mentoring to guidance to the successes that they are today, and watch those journeys flourish. What does this mean? What does this movement mean for you? Having seen all that come together from the early iteration to where we are today.
Oh man, dude, you're throwing the heavy questions at me. So no, I mean, this is awesome, man. I mean, a little bit surreal, because I know the community has been working on this so hard for almost a year and a half, to get this upgrade done. And hats off to the community, hats off to the devs, and hats off to everyone who's kind of stuck with the Stacks ecosystem. I remember 2021. Stacks was, the whole idea of Web3 on Bitcoin is a very contrarian idea in 2021. But I think for anyone who pretty smart, it was kind of obvious. I think, but it was still a hard thing to believe in. But people like Manib up here and Ken and Rita and others, really convinced me at least that this was going to be an obvious thing. And then Ordinals came along, and here we are at Bitcoin L2s. Like, there's so many different Bitcoin L2s now. It's just super exciting that so many people in the stack community were kind of here early and building since even the block stack days. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm just looking for some NFTs to sweep on here right now, and kind of having fun with how fast these transactions are. So yeah, hats off to everybody. I'm excited to be here. Bitcoin is 71.4K. Yeah, it's an exciting time right now. So
Trev, that said, on the Bitcoin Frontier side, the FF, now that Nakamoto is live, what are you and the team looking at in terms of
projects being built or teams that you're looking for and things that you're looking to support on the fundraising side, but also maybe from the building side as well, as you have a chance to build and develop Pizza Ninjas and so much else as well?
I think DeFi is probably most interesting on L2s because it's a lot more difficult to do on L1 because of DeFi, especially. Even if we do have things like OpCat, you can't have something like a smart contract that where like the code for the smart contract actually exists on the chain. You just have like transaction level scripts with OpCat. So I think the type of DeFi building blocks and things like that, where you have interoperable smart contracts, interacting with each other, is really exciting for L2s and for stacks. So that's kind of like where we're looking at, and we got a lot of massive head start of already an ecosystem of cool apps on stacks like Alex, Arcadico, Zest, and so many others that we're also investors in. So I think DeFi is going to be probably the big one that we're focused on right now, but eventually everything's going to settle down to Bitcoin, so everything's going to be fair game at some point on L2s.
Agree. Another one of those projects, Xverse. Ken, I would love to hear your thoughts. Similarly, you've been a part of the Stacks ecosystem since its early inception. You are now leading the way with Xverse and one of the leading wallets. Talk to us about how this moment has come to be for you and the team, and then I've got a question for you as well.
Sure, yeah, thanks for having me. Of course, I feel super excited to see this upgrade go live. As someone who's been working on Stacks for many years now, it's really surreal to see this kind of game-changing upgrade go live. And me, myself, and the whole team has been waiting for the last year or so. And it's good to see that even now, with this sea of Bitcoin 2s that have launched in the last year, Stacks still really stands out with all the features that it has, and how much of a for loyal Ecoin community it has. For us as a wallet, I think the work is actually just starting with such a major all of them. So we have a lot of work and upgrades planned.
Can y'all still hear it on your end?
There he is. All right. Of course. Yeah. Thank you for having me up. I just to hear from all these builders and then to switch to me is a little funny. I know we have so many more important builders to potentially hear from, but
is it builders to potentially hear, but thank you. You know, we like to say that is with our users and Stacks community, and just on behalf of to this upgrade. You know, I know it's something that's been multiple years in the making, and just the fact that the activation happened so smoothly. You know, we were all just waiting online, live, you know, watching the block. Better flow or swaps, so the fact that all these things that you're going to be able to do with Leather are very fast, and you know, everything's just going to really benefit from them. Overall, I just think we're going to see, because of these, you know, improvements and UX improvements, the explosion in just on-chain activity on Stacks. So I know a lot of builders have been waiting for Nakamoto to launch in order to launch their own projects. You know, it's kind of the beginning of you know, and of course the transaction in Leather now benefits 100% Bitcoin finality. It's huge that we have that. So definitely want to give that a shout out. And just to close, like to the entire community, you know, that this community has just been so dedicated. It's really, you know, out of all those that I'm part of, but also
huge shout out to the builders for making it such a seamless process.
Thank you, Brandon. Sorrel, I just want to check on you. You doing okay? You alive in Disneyland? You doing all right?
Alive and kicking.
Awesome. Just wanted to check in on you.
We'll just keep rolling with you.
So appreciate you. And still there. Again, I know it was a late night. We'll come back to you here in just a minute, but keep hanging out with us. Tycho, welcome to the stage. Stacking down Zest protocol, so many pieces of the DeFi ecosystem around Stacks. What does this moment mean for you? And then I would love to hear an update on the greater decentralized finance or DeFi landscape as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Can you hear me just quickly? Testing.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
that's one too. Great to be here. It's really exciting, and yeah, I've been up since the fast blocks were activated, so that's really yeah, it's really great to see that. And, making the first transaction, doing that is great. I mean, there are still some issues around like actually that interaction kind of needs to be ironed out in terms of actually making those faster. But on the whole, it's like a very important milestone. Right? It kind of clears the way for making dApps, on stacks, which are essentially the thing that of course stacks serves, right, to make really great experiences for users to make those faster, right? And this is like a very critical step to getting there. And yeah, like that will unlock so much in terms of DeFi, right? Because it's very hard to do things. It can take 10 blocks. It's to do 10 minutes, right? To do a swap or to borrow or to process a liquidation, and what can happen if you need that sort of second fast speed to to be able to look like a finance ecosystem, right? So seeds have been planted, right? But stacking now is next, right? That's for and lending, all the great decks on the Bitflow, Alex, and more. But yeah, now it's really time for those to come to shine, right? And TVL currently on Stacks stands at about $100 million, and now it's kind of the road to $1 billion from here. Right? That's what success would look like.
This is definitely going to open up a lot more opportunity for the TVL to go up.
And to just
talk
endlessly about the excitement around Nakamoto,
Bitcoin anyway with stacks, right? You lock your stacks in, you the appreciation
and the potential of having that BTC utility that Nakamoto now unlocks and is mere weeks and then some away in terms of development. Yeah, so right off.
The only thing is, this seems to be very DeFi heavy at the moment. So everyone on stage looks like it's going to be DeFi heavy. This is about unlocking the DeFi element. There's not a lot for the artists, I see. Although you need the liquidity for the artists.
That's right. So stay over.
DeFi
deeper into
DeFi is what comes first, right? Then the artists bring the community, and then the community uses the entertainment and then finds the DeFi, right? So it's a cycle. Yeah, of course the value add right now is in the DeFi side first, right? It's a no-brainer. You got fast blocks makes you can't have a perp dex on Velar without fast blocks. You can't degen trade without fast blocks. So that's the immediate. But you also can't have like Skullcoin's play to earn functionality on their game needs fast blocks.
Any game.
Right. Any game needs fast blocks. And we can't engage with Nifty Island and do a real metaverse play without fast blocks. So that's all that type
Metaverse is not possible without it.
No, but now we have
You need the speed. Yeah. Well, the
Yeah,
only
I'm
thing I found
excited to see
interesting
what-
was
What was that?
So I was just saying that I'm excited to see what SC unlocks for the ecosystem. Having that way to peg into L2 from Bitcoin is really going to change the game. I think that everybody's been very excited for Nakamoto. We'll get into the ecosystem.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. It's you're really going to be able to deploy Bitcoin and DeFi. That's an absolute game changer. It's real Bitcoin on a layer that actually has Bitcoin finality. So yes, it's a wrapped Bitcoin to some degree, right? Because you're pegging it in, you're pegging it out, but it's the closest thing we have. It's the closest thing to real Bitcoin DeFi with fast transactions and tradability. It's bananas. It's so I just feel so fortunate to have lined up to be here right now. Like we're hanging out. I'm hanging out with these awesome dudes, super smart guys, and we're witnessing history right now together, boys. It's bananas. I'm so excited. I just if it wasn't for all the issues with the feed, I'd be like doing cartwheels right now. I wouldn't be able to sit down.
I'm really looking forward to getting a paycheck in SBTC.
Oh my God.
Let's go. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Right.
The potential is endless. Yeah, you could definitely see some different payment rails getting, you got Boom Wallet getting launched on the 4th. They just announced that. So, I mean, there's different payment rails, there's so many possibilities. And all of these developers are getting ready to ship their products that they've been waiting on fast blocks for. We've got Skullcoin with their Find to Earn game, and several different devs. Even the STX20 devs, they've been kind of quiet for a while. One of the devs jumped back into their Discord yesterday and started getting active and talking to community members again. So get ready to see a lot of people working really hard to out.
Which one were you talking? What was that last one you mentioned? STX what?
The STX20 devs. Remember whenever everybody and their mom was minting STX20s. It was right before a giant Leo airdrop, and everybody started launching SIP10s. So everybody was minting these STX20s. The devs got a little quiet for a little while. The Alex hack happened, and also the Nakamoto delay. So they were a little bit quiet for a while. They actually just stepped back into their Discord and started answering some questions and getting active again. So looking forward to seeing what those guys do.
So, very neat. So did they have some stuff that they were really dependent on Nakamoto for?
Yeah, so that was their main thing for taking the foot off the gas. The Nakamoto delay really kind of threw a wrench in their plans, it seems like. So now they're going to get back to grind mode. They also said that they took a big hit with STXS on Alex with the hack happening. So it's, I really want to see what they have planned. They haven't said anything.
So I don't have audio from the town hall anymore. I can't hear it. Is that still going on?
Yeah, it's still going on. I've got it.
Yeah,
we got it. It's an incredible achievement.
Can you all hear it?
And I think we have the participating on the sign-up side.
Does that sound okay to y'all?
I can hear it quite good.
Being part of the signer network. Look ahead.
It's a little cracked.
Now, in today's as signers or infrastructure providers in a way for the Stacks ecosystem, and I'm very excited for SBTC to go live. I think it's going to really make the usage of the chain skyrocket. So I think it's going to be great for the entire community. I think it's going to allow a huge chunk of the Bitcoin capital to have access to Bitcoin DeFi. So really excited for this. Awesome. Thank you so much, Edgar. Jacob, welcome to the stage. Talk to us. What's new in your world and the excitement of Nakamoto?
Yeah, hey guys. Nice to be here with everybody. What's new in our world? We're cooking behind the scenes. There's some cool stuff coming out with Dylan, what he just wrote, and this bridge and bring the Runes community and Stacks community together. And we're obviously already live on Runes with USDH as well as on Stacks, so we're very excited to support that and make Runes trading a lot better, I think, and pair with cool projects in the community, especially the Runes. No pun intended, but it's a meme coin, Runes. We're going to be pairing USDH with Runes. And yeah, just contributing to a lot more liquidity coming in, the ability to earn a yield on our app. It's not changing with Nakamoto, but it's going to get faster and UX is better. So everything is set.
Explosive. End of the year, explosive 2025. So we're super excited to be part of it. And yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much, Jacob. Lewis, I want to bring you up on stage. Chorus One, what are you most excited about? What are you looking forward to as a signer now that Nakamoto is live?
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me. This is Luis from Chorus One, and yeah, first of all, big congrats to everyone involved. It's a huge milestone. And yeah, on our side, Chorus One, it's been operating since 2018 or so, and we've always been kind of not stuck, but focused on the proof of stake ecosystem. So it's really great to have a project that like Stacks that opens up the door for validators like us to enter Bitcoin, and now also like proof of transfer and this new consensus. So yeah, it's super exciting. And then in terms of what I'm excited about, just offering real Bitcoin yield to our institutional clients is a huge thing. Disclaimer, institutions don't really like points, so offering real yield is very exciting.
Awesome, Lewis. Thank you very much. Mark, welcome to the stage. Again, another OG in this ecosystem. Now that Nakamoto is here, first,
That was a very
first
important
thoughts,
point
first
about
reactions, first
commercial
emotions,
entities
and then I got a
wanting
quick
the
question
yield
for you.
and not points.
Yeah, sure. I think it's a good time to kind of reflect on where we were. So, we've been here on building on Stacks since October 2021, and it was a very different Stacks back then. We had videos in Discord that would help people get set up with a Hero wallet back then, which is now Leather, of course. And we even had a command in there that would let you know if centralized exchanges had paused withdrawals for Stacks. We were trying to help the community get some Stacks together for an NFT mint. And then in December, with the Robot Factory mint, we really showcased that Stacks needed to start thinking about some of its scaling. We famously rendered the chain kind of useless for a few days due to both congestion for demand for block space and a technical bug with a missing index. And it just highlighted that even on a Bitcoin layer, a single application could render a chain useless for many users. And then it was no surprise that when Ordinals came about, most of the Stacks community just jumped all over it, right, as a Bitcoin layer. From Trevor being the gigantic community leader that he is now, I think Lever and Hero were some of the first usable wallets on Ordinals. And then you've got Hero with core libraries that many in the space use, like chain hooks. And we've seen some of it in our Discord. Nakamoto isn't Solana, but the speed doesn't need to be there. We like to think of things as a UX trifecta when it comes to UX for users, of cost, speed, and stability. I think we now have the speed. The cost is there depending on what you're doing. It's really cheap to airdrop to 10,000 people, but it's about Ethereum's cost in terms of sending funds around. So we're sort of there, and then now it's the work on stability, filling those blocks and increasing throughput so that we can be the Bitcoin layer with the most throughput and where you want to be building. So I guess the exciting thing of why I'm here, in just under an hour now, so 49 minutes, we're putting the Nakapack NFT drop live on nakapack.megapont.com. We have 45,000 addresses on the orange list, so it's very oversubscribed, and it's really a celebration from us, and specifically Weasley, who's the artist at Megapont, to celebrate orange-themed animals and bring about some of that NFT culture that we all love on the chain. So yeah, we're really excited to welcome some new people to our community, which is a very small part of the wider Stacks community. But again, thank you everyone for the hard work and effort of getting this shipped out. As an engineer, I know how hard this is. We're panicking about a mint button breaking on our website, let alone core infrastructure that's used to secure hundreds of millions of capital.
Thank you very much, Mark, and congratulations on the pending launch here in just under an hour. That said, we've heard from so many projects, builders, creators, companies throughout the ecosystem, developers, the foundations, and Manib himself, and it is just a small amount of testament to what it has taken to get us here to this point, as said throughout today's discussion. And there's so many more people who have contributed to this ecosystem, those who are listening and those who will listen in the future as well. We thank you all for the constant contribution that you give in every capacity that you're able to do. And we are very excited and honored to have each and every one of you a part of this community today, yesterday, and going forward tomorrow. Before I close this out, I want to give that honor today to Sorala to give us some closing words on what she is, again, most excited about with Nakamoto and some words of wisdom as we look ahead to Stacks as of today and no longer yesterday. Sorala, the floor is yours. Give us some words of wisdom and some guidance as we close out today's spaces.
Great way to put me on the spot there, Kyle. First of all, I want to say hi to Mark. It's been a while. I'm really excited for this drop that's about to happen. I was just talking to someone, I think a few days ago, about, we've been behind the scenes for the past year, chipping away, building this and kind of moving from internal milestones to challenges and whatnot. But what really brings me joy is being in the hot seat and seeing things happen on the chain more actively. The last Megapon drop that really stalled, from there to seeing a much smoother rollout, and now to see how the network behaves. I'm really thrilled to go on this journey with all of you. As everyone's talking, I'm just realizing that this is an incredible moment for me and the team and everyone here to witness Stacks really evolve, and being on this other side of the hard fork where things are drastically different. So far, I think we've built the strongest foundation we could. And obviously, we will be iterating on that in terms of a lot of fine-tuning that we've talked about, optimizations that we're going to look at. But I'm really excited for what this community is going to build on this really solid footing now. This high throughput transactions are a gateway into a lot of use cases that you all have discussed. But I'm more excited about opening up the gateways a little bit more broader for beyond Clarity, and what we can extend that into. A lot of work is going on into WASM, so that paves way for a lot more extendability of use cases that go beyond Clarity. SBTC obviously opens a window to much broader kind of use cases on DEX and DeFi. So there's a lot that's about to happen. Like someone else said on the call, I think the ball is now in everyone else's court along with us. We are in this together. So I'm really thrilled to see how Stacks goes to this next chapter and all the use cases that people have been itching to build and couldn't because of whatever limitations we were facing in the past. It is really amazing to see this community grow, to see these amazing use cases come alive, and all the builders talk through that. This is such a moment of pride and joy for me and the team. I think they're slowly waking up. We've had a really late night or morning, if you call it. So thank you for all the patience. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for being on this journey with us as we faced all these challenges on testnets and, moving the goalposts inch by inch. But this is all so worth it.
Perfectly said, Sorala. Thank you all. And for those who have the time to continue on this journey this evening, check out the DeFi show with Tycho and crew just after we close today. And again, thank you to everyone for tuning in to this week's Crypto Internet Show, but also, more importantly, the Nakamoto Town Hall. If you would like to tune in live in the future, ask questions, join our conversation, please be sure to follow Stacks on Twitter and tune in live every week at our usual time of 10 a.m. Eastern. on Thursdays. Until next time, everybody, have fun, get some rest, take a breath, and continue to build the future of the Bitcoin ecosystem. We'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Let's go. Psyched.
Yeah.
I'm so psyched about this. Oh, man.
Just before we start, Peace, it's Stacks is up 6% for the day. Yeah. So
what's it at? What's the number?
186.
I think that.
So it's going to stop climbing now after that.
It was actually a little bit higher. It was a little bit higher an hour ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but people are going at so it's it was expected, I think.
Foolish.
Yeah.
Foolish fools. I mean, you know what? Everyone, it is what it is. It is what it is. In order for you to buy, somebody else has to sell, right? So
yeah, and the more gonna thing. So you're gonna go get Stacks. By the way, did Mr. K say the art is 1,000 people?
I'm sure it's 40,000.
I think so too.
I need to
snipe.
Gonna be
no.
I'll wait for the an offload though.
That's for the orange domains. Is that what you're talking about?
Orange domains. Okay.
Yeah.
The orange Naka pack.
Oh, the list for the yeah, that's not going to go to live mint either. And I don't have any. I wish I did. I wasn't liquid enough when it was around available at a lower price, and I can't afford Megaponts now. So I'm just have to be like a number of old OG projects. I'll just have to be a little bit envious of it. Not that I'm fading the opportunity to buy them now. I'll probably look at this in a year from now and be like, man, I should have bought them then. But I like, similar to Bitcoin, I don't like spending my stacks. I like stacking my stacks and earning yield.
I'm not going to plug it because I know it sounds cheesy, but remember we can be paid in those now on zero authority for gigs. So
That's
the
right.
asking price for my time is one of those. So give me one of those and I'm happy to work for you.
Oh, Megaponts are available now too? Is it any NFT? Or is it it's just invaders, right? So far.
At the moment it's V2 will offer a lot more, but eventually you'll be able to pay people in NFTs.
Yeah.
The Megapont giveaway or payment rather on zero authority.
There is
crazy.
There is one at the moment now.
Yeah, 222, I think. Number 222.
So for anyone listening, I'm going to tease a little bit right now. We actually have, I'm waiting for the capacity to submit a gig under the milestones rule, under the milestones functionality in Rue, because we have someone we're going to contract who's going to be doing a weekly show for us on behalf of the Rue community. That's contracting through DeOrganized, and I'm just waiting for Zero Authority to get that functionality in there, Haddy. So they get Zero. I know you're listening. Jay. You guys got to get me that functionality for that so I can get that rolling and start next week with that project. But yeah, man, they're killing it. You guys have been just delivering on there, and we're not even at V2 yet. So
I take no part of that. Right. It's all the team behind. They've done everything. It's all the devs. They've been pushing it out. I've just been trying to make sure people are aware of what's coming. How can you get onboarded? Like Reese said, we now have a lot more NFTs and a lot more juice coming in the bounty side. And once gigs are set up, then with fast blocks now, I'm really looking forward to SBTC because I think that is. I think you and I, Peace, have spoken in the background. If we can get some. If we can find people who are willing to hot swap on the fly, I think then you've solved the problem. Because some of us don't necessarily want to take on Welsh or Rue. We prefer to take something else or take it in stacks. And if we can get that hot swapping and the liquidity pools going, that'd be amazing.
I mean, I don't know, but I would suppose that functionality coordinates with BitFlow. You know, if you can get BitFlow to kind of integrate there, and I'm not privy to any conversations, but that seems like a no-brainer to me. Where I can offer whatever I have available, and they can get paid in whatever token. So obviously, somebody's going to have to, probably the recipient will end up eating the cost of the swap because they're the one that's initiating it to receive whatever token they want. So there'll be a little bit of there'll be a little bit of slippage and a little bit of fees involved. But yeah, so somebody needs to pay me in Welsh, and I'm not interested in holding more Welsh for whatever reason. I can get that in stacks, or I can get that in SBTC, and I can do that in any kind of gig format I accept. That sounds amazing. Like, I mean,
all this is that we need Dan to do something in Boom Wallet, maybe. So,
is there swaps in Boom Wallet? Yeah.
We'll have to see on the 4th.
We need to speak to the intern.
I know that the Zero guys have been. It's been awesome getting to talk to Zero and see, like, work next to him and see what pick their brain. He wants to add Giga Pepe V2 to the NFT rewards on Zero Authority. Also working on getting Trimp, the Trimp meme coin listed. Any SIP10 token founder should be trying to get in touch with Zero Authority. I mean, it's a use case for their token, and I really love the idea of decentralized reputation. We'll get away from looking at big names and looking at what people are actually doing on chain. I think what they're doing is changing the game. If you're a SIP token founder, go get in touch with Zero, XYZ0 on is his handle on X, and try to get your token listed.
Well, that's actually part of the reason why That's part of the reason why we're waiting to push this gig forward, is because we want the reputation for contracting, and we want the person we're contracting with to get the reputation for completing a gig. That's going to be an important. It's not as important right now because there's no history yet, but you can start building that history now. And so if you're not contracting gigs through Zero Authority DAO, you're missing out on the opportunity to build your own reputation. It's important. It's important to the individual here to be able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, just wait until you see, like, you can go to a certain wallet, right, and see that they're interacting on Zero Authority. You just go look and see, oh, this person is actively taking on bounties. They've won X amount of bounties. And it kind of gives it an ecosystem to where, like, people can be like, hey, like, this person is active in the community and searching for these bounties and, kicking out dope stuff. It really is a game changer. And I think that when V2 launches, you'll very well see it become the meta for all of these giveaways that you're seeing on Twitter, all of these connections, these bounties, these SIP tokens, all of it will come together when V2 launches. I'm really excited to see what the guys have been working on.
Hell yeah. Reese, man, what are your thoughts? You seem pensive right now.
I'm just thinking I could literally hold some of the blockware pieces for myself and use it on Zero Authority. And since they would be the only blocks missing, the value would be phenomenal. It would be exponential. So
Brilliant.
I'm
100%.
pensive. I am pensive. I am working all the different elements in the mind map right now. Yeah, and it also just means, like, right now in marketing blockware, I could literally have a 1-of-1 and use that as payment. Which, I mean, my last 1-of-1 went for 350 stacks. Like, it's something worthwhile. So just like, where on which other chain do you find stuff like this?
It's almost like we're living in a
Undernoted
dream.
reputation and history. Only but here you start now. I think the first few months, especially, is going to have from now. So yeah, that's also why I'm really like drilling it with the television, because that's like a right now just for an active member. You could get badge for just shouting no are active, know who are good.
So glad you brought that up too, because I actually have to get that post out for today. It's the Taco Tuesday, and I gotta get the Tacoovation post out on the StacksLink page. I almost forgot with all the excitement going on and everything else. And Nieta had actually emailed me probably early this morning or late last night, and so I have that ready to go. I just gotta get it posted out. So guys, be on the lookout. That's another way to get some reputation, by the way. If you nominate somebody, you're gonna get some reputation. And if you're doing good work in the space and you keep helping people out, you might get some Tacoovation recognition, and that's also going to help your reputation in the space. These are all things that are just manifesting before our eyes, by the way. And it's stuff that just it's not top down, it's community up, so it's an awesome thing. Guys, you should definitely participate. And you know what? I know that the nomination form is a little bit tedious. It takes a little bit longer.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. But take 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes. It's literally 5 minutes. It doesn't take that long.
Even
less.
It's even less.
To be honest with you, I haven't even submitted one with the recipient's address in it. I just put no, I don't know it. And then
that was you?
That's me. That's me. I don't know. It's long enough for me to go and check my address and put that in there. Although I didn't think I could use my BNS name. Can I just put my BNS name in for the address when I'm submitting?
Yeah.
Now it's less than 5 minutes. Now it's definitely less than 5 minutes. But yeah, I was the top nominator last month. I don't know if I'll be the top nominator this month because I've been super crazy busy, and I've seen some other people getting some nominations out there. But I'm definitely getting reputation for September. And there's still a couple days. I might just submit a bunch of nominations today. Take the 2 months in a row. So you guys better jump in if you want to get the October lead for nominations and get some reputation for October.
Also, the Power Awards ends today as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Does it? I know it was extended, but I don't remember what the date was. So that ends today too. Do you know how many people have? Do you know how many? I know there was like, as of a week ago, there were already a lot of submissions. So get your submission in. If you've done work, the Power Awards, or the Power Grant, I think they were actually even calling it. It's basically a proof of work grant where if you're a creator or a developer or a community engagement person in the Stacks ecosystem, you can get $400. There's 4 categories. The winner of each category gets $400. There's a community choice award that gets $200. These are denominated. They will be denominated in stacks, so you'll receive stacks as the award. And then everyone also gets a reputation badge. So that's another way to earn some reputation if you submit your project or yourself for a Power Award. And then there will also be a special winner that also they don't get any money, but they'll get a reputation badge as well. So 5 people are going to get reputation badges. 3 people are going to get $400. Someone's going to get $200 worth of stacks. So if you're working on something, you've done some work, submit yourself for a Power Grant.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that they're doing that. It's like, it's really one of those things that help smaller creators. You know, if they didn't want to go through the D grants process and docs and stuff like that, it's awesome for smaller creators. I really think that if you're out there working with the community, trying to help people get visibility on what they're working on, definitely check out the Power Awards. Go submit yourself. You know, it probably takes 5 minutes to get yourself submitted and you know, get yourself out there. And also, I could see that if you win a Power Award, it could very well be, you know, that on-chain reputation that we were talking about, grinding and earning. You know, it could really stand out amongst all the other reputation badges that are being developed right now. So go check that out, guys, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, the
so
early
what?
badges.
No,
Sorry,
go ahead.
please. The early
You go.
badges are going to be vitally important because those are the people who are in the ecosystem first. So like the Talkavations, like the Power Awards, these early badges are going to be, and the early work done in the ecosystem is going to pave the way to better opportunities in the future for people in the ecosystem. Funnily enough, I had a conversation yesterday with somebody who does a lot of brand and identity around LinkedIn. And what they didn't realize was that LinkedIn could turn you off tomorrow.
Right.
But Zero Authority is decentralized, where your reputation, you own it inside of your wallet. Everyone can see immutably what you've completed on chain.
LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft, and they can shut you off tomorrow.
Exactly.
And they own the censorship media too. So the media that's pushing to censor voices and opposing information also owns LinkedIn, by the way. So
Exactly.
yes, we need these decentralized tools. I want to respond. Cryptiddy joined in. He says, "Am I still early?" Yeah, man, you're still early, but you're not as early as you were yesterday. We're not as early now, guys. We're past a huge milestone. And Hero asks if this is the after party. Yeah, man, this is the before, during, and after party is here on DeOrganized Media with some awesome.
Hero's getting the drinks in.
What's that?
Hero's getting the drinks in.
Is it too early? It's about 10:30 where I am.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, okay?
I won't have a very productive day if I start drinking whiskey now.
Irish coffee. You know,
Might
Irish
get
coffee,
something
can't you?
Well, that's right. Yeah, I do. Hey, Gary, what's up?
Good morning,
Hey,
Gary.
Says, let's go. Gary, what's up? What's
Happy
happening?
belated birthday to Gary, too. It was his birthday.
Oh,
so-
5 o'clock
When was his
somewhere.
His birthday was like yesterday or the day before. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gary?
Happy birthday, Gary.
I didn't know that. I caught with all the Rube's birthday celebration. I didn't know it. So Gary's birthday was yesterday too. I think it was Rube's and Gary's birthday. Happy birthday, Gary! I missed that.
Happy belated birthday, Gary.
Yeah, it was
Right,
one of
so
these past few days. Oh,
Oh,
today.
it's today!
Oh,
Happy
today.
birthday!
Oh, it's today. Happy birthday.
I knew I was on to something. I was like, his birthday was yesterday. Today, you know, the days get skewed whenever you're grinding. So it's one of those things, man. Yeah, happy birthday, Gary. Solid.
Yeah, happy birthday, Gary.
Hero wants us to believe he's too poor to pay for our drinks, but I don't believe that for a minute.
Error. My part-time McDonald's doesn't allow me to pay for all y'all's drinks as much as I want to. Well, it's the thought that counts. Thanks, Hero.
Thanks, Hero.
I'll
Thank
drink
you,
a water on your account. I'll drink a water.
Same.
I'll just buy
dude.
my own whiskey.
So now they've got
Guys,
the stacks.
we have actually so this has been an amazing I'm not trying to wrap up. I'm just saying we've just gone over a little bit 2 hours and we've gotten over 400 viewers live so far in the feed. So just amazing. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for kind of hanging out during the hiccups and helping me kind of manage those. And I think I've figured out a better process for some of these things. Again, you know, using a different browser and using different tools is we're tightening up these processes. And you guys are definitely welcome to join me on check the MP screenshots of spaces. So I'll check that in a little bit. because I don't want to slow things down checking in my DMs. But I will absolutely will. I know we've gotten hundreds of viewers. It was a great turnout on the Stacks space. They had, they probably had over 1,000 people tune in during the whole of the show. I know at one point they had at least 315 live watching towards the end. So I'm sure some people fell off by then too, but this probably, this has just been an amazing turnout. What an awesome tool Twitter has been actually turned out to be for the Stacks ecosystem. Really, if it wasn't for the spaces and the incorporation of the spaces into D grants, this wouldn't have happened. We wouldn't be doing this live. We wouldn't be, we wouldn't have been, it wouldn't be as engaging. We wouldn't be chatting with all our friends here. We wouldn't be friends with all of these people. I like Gary's jumping in and Hero's jumping in and saying hi and Cryptiddy. Like we wouldn't know any of these guys. These are our friends now, and even you guys. Like I wouldn't know you guys if it wasn't for Twitter Spaces. So thank you, Elon, for what it's worth. I this is in a world where they're kind of cutting us down and trying to isolate us and not allow us to speak freely to each other. Here we are. We've given this opportunity. Reese, don't put your hand up, man. Just go.
Sorry. It was just too on topic to let it go. My next one dropping on Stacks internet friends, and it's about this. So it's just chef's kiss.
Let's go.
I'm happy to do any marketing for you, man. Your stuff is awesome. But yeah, man, and I love it. It kind of is writing itself from all directions, right? We're all interconnected. And a lot of this, I mean, yes, it takes a lot of planning to be able to produce a show like this and produce artwork like you're producing and produce what's going on at Zero Authority and what GPSC is doing. There's a lot of plan and all the other stuff you've worked on. There's tons of planning involved. But a lot of it becomes we have this idea and we just start working on it. And then out of what I'm experiencing anyway, out of the ether, things just keep coming that are like tying in. Like we're really, the universe is just kind of putting things together for us. And it's just an amazing thing that we got going here.
Yeah, I love to see that the show is growing, seeing the viewer count go up and, more guests come on. You had Alex come on. You had Dr. Shante come on the other day for Alex. And then, I think that DeOrganized really has
couldn't believe that she was, to get her out, she hasn't been comfortable, to come out and speak. And we need Alex in this space, by the way. I understand that there's people lost money and there's a responsibility there. And I'm not avoiding the accountability there. And neither are they, by the way. They have it in their eye to make these people whole as soon as they can. But if Alex doesn't persevere and thrive, none of those people are getting made whole. So, and it's better for the ecosystem to have a player like Alex with all of the tools that they've built out and all, and also they've done a lot with security since then that has also spread out to other projects in the community, and including helping out with charisma. So yeah, I'm so happy she was willing to come out. She and I were friendly before I lost my old account. I used to chat with her on occasion, just seeing her in Twitter, probably going on almost a year ago. And just because I'm a happy-go-lucky, fun kind of guy, and I'm encouraging. So that resonated with her. And since she's doing some advising for the Stacks Link group. And so we kind of reconnected there, and it was just open. I was like, hey, why don't you guys, what are you doing on Thursday? It was really like a casual. I didn't expect it to be a yes. So, and then we're doing stuff for the SIPs, and we're covering that. And now we're doing live events like this, and we're getting hundreds of people tuning into our shows. And we're doing election coverage and, maybe going up and visiting Easy A up at Harvard in a couple weekends. Yeah. I'm so it's like we're in a dream, guys. Like this wasn't something I was planning on doing. It kind of just wrote itself, you know. I'm sorry, that's kind of like an odd direction to put the conversation to, because how do you respond to that? But yeah, this is so I don't know. We can keep it going. We can wrap up. We've been on for a long time. I want to respect everyone else's time. I have time to keep going, but I don't want to obligate anybody else. We definitely don't have to. The excitement's gone.
I just want to chime
You know,
in. I want to chime in and say, Win Veller. Like, are we going to get in touch with Visions? Are we going to get in touch with Rainfire? Win Veller. We need Veller on DeOrganized. We want to talk to some of these guys.
They did come on the they've been on the space, the DeOrganized Spotlight space. Pete and Rash came on.
Remember that.
They're absolutely welcome anytime. I'm happy to have those guys. I can't. Perp Dex is coming. The Perp Dex is coming, guys. The Perp Dex on Veller is coming. There's so many things coming. Nuts.
We need to get a panel and kick it with these guys and talk about what they've got coming up. I mean, that perp dex on Bitcoin is like a very game-changing, monumental moment for Stacks. So I saw them teasing some posts, and I think it's about time, like, you know, we start getting those guys on here, maybe have like a small panel like this, and then and talk with them and get the word out there, because it's really going to change the game.
100%. And those guys that are if you're not already super excited and bullish on the Rue runes, you guys definitely need to know that there's going to be a runes USDH trade pair on the ordinal side, on the Bitcoin side, and then there's going to be a Rue USDH pair on Velar as well. So that's going to be
it looks like USDH for the Rue runes, and then we have the SBTC pair for Rue. Those guys are really shipping right now, man. It really is like head down grinding. Ian is just experimenting. Really excited for Friday, November 1st. It's going down, man. It's going down. I hope everybody got the free event whitelist.
I think I got it on all 4 of my wallets that qualified.
Solid, dude. Yeah. You know, I'm really excited to launch a free mint on Stacks. Kind of connected to this, and yeah, it's been awesome getting to work next to those guys and with those guys. Ian and Jack are just amazing individuals, great community leaders, and really looking forward to seeing what's next. Their whole thing was we want to build the ultimate degen playground on Stacks, and you know, scale to other Bitcoin L2s. And I think they've really proven themselves with Rue. So looking forward to that. A lot of
over and
awesome
over.
stuff.
Actually, they've proven themselves several times now, and they got more in store for us. So we're very lucky to be part of that community, and to even just know those guys, because they really are. They might be the top producing team in the whole space, in my opinion.
I think so. So.
Prolific.
But on that note, I am going to say I'm now got some things to do before I get ready. Naka. We always do this somehow. So.
Well, I just follow you around and find. I'm like, where's? No, it's just, you know what it is, man. We're drawn to the same type of things. That's why we're all here together right now, you know. But yeah, man, thank you so much for joining. Always a pleasure. We'll get you back on again soon. You have a great day. GPSC, man, love you. Again, super proud of all you're accomplishing. Both of you guys, actually, Reese and GPSC. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are killing it. Haddy, I love you, man. Thank you so much for joining me today. Any last words? Yeah, go ahead, Haddy. You got some last words.
I didn't get a chance to throw in there that I found it very interesting that there was a lot spoken about leather and granite, and we obviously have X-Verse with Velar as well. So it's going to make for a very interesting one with these fast blocks now to see what happens. But from my side, I'm really looking forward to the election live. So I'm really looking forward to getting some details and lining that up. And I think maybe we need to take what GPSC said and maybe have some guests. So maybe Velar wants to come on and talk to us during the election. Maybe get some people in for some half-an-hour spots. I'm sure Vision's got some really interesting things to talk about the elections in the US. Resh as well from the UK.
He's always welcome. Anyone from the team's welcome to come on. And it doesn't have to be during the election, by the way. We can definitely do that, but it also doesn't have to line up with that. I'm welcome. I'll do a special. Anytime those guys want to come on, we'll make a time for them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Solid. Yeah, I think
thank you very much
for a good show.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Thank you all for tuning in. All of our friends in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Happy Nakamoto, guys. We made it. Now we just gotta do all the work to actually keep it going, right? There's a lot of work ahead, but celebrate today. Have a drink
now the fun starts.
Yeah, it's gonna get wild. I love you all.